Welcome to Bellalina Boutique. Let's make some gorgeous crown art.
Hey everyone, it's Susie Lee with Bellalina Boutique. Welcome. We're going to be doing a fun craft today with some crowns. I'm excited about using these new European Excellency rice papers. They're absolutely stunning, gorgeous, lovely. You're going to love them. Trust me. If you haven't seen them, you're in for a treat. They're great. I'm going to be working with these great crowns from European Excellency. This is the new rice paper crowns. The minute I laid eyes on these, I went gaga over them. I absolutely love them. That's one. There's 4 of them on a page. You get 4 of them. We're going to do 4 of them. We're going to completely dress up one of them, but we're going to do 4 of them. I'm probably going to end up, I don't know if I'm going to keep one, if I'm going to gift one, if I'm going to sell one, but I'm probably going to sell some of them. They're so pretty, I might not want to let them go. I might put them all in my bathroom. I'm just kidding. Anyway, there's another one. I mean, they're all similar in color, but just, you know, this one of them had 2. This one here had a little baby one at the top. I thought that was so pretty. Anyway, what we're going to do is we are going to Mod Podge them onto these canvases. These are heavy canvases. These are heavy duty canvases I got from Hobby Lobby. And when I went and looked at how closely that fits the size, I said, hello. So we're going to be doing it on this canvas. And I'm going to be doing my Decoupage Camouflage around the edge of it, just to make sure it fits nicely. But what I did was I hit it with some Mod Podge first. Took a little Mod Podge and just put it on here and let it dry. That's all you do, is you let it dry. Then you're going to take a piece of parchment paper. And what I'm going to do is you lay it right down on your surface where you want it. What you do with the Mod Podge is you let it dry, and then when you put your rice paper over top of it, I mean, you all know the drill. You've seen this, right? You get no bubbles and no troubles when you do it this way. So you just take your hot iron. This has been sitting here heating up. And so you take your hot iron and you put it on just like this. I got it hanging over on this side a little bit, but I'm gonna, if it's just sticking up, I'm just gonna sand it off or cut it off. Whatever works best. So this reactivates the Mod Podge, and you'll be able to do all that you want to do to your piece after that, because it'll be stuck like glue. Okay, this shouldn't take but a minute to get her stuck. Yep, and she's on there. See there? I'm just going to flip this over. I could probably just cut it with my scissors instead of sanding it. Sanding it seems, because I'm going to go over it with my decoupage, camouflage technique, and make all this look pretty seamless. Okay, next, this might be one of my favorites right here. I love this pretty little pink rose there. I like them all. I can't. This is the other one I like. I can't choose between those two, but I really like those two the best. So, okay.
I'll just take this moment to remind you to like, comment, and subscribe.
Okay. Well, this one's on. I mean, this would even be pretty, like, all 4 of them put on a wall, like a grouping, wouldn't it? This is European Excellency if you're just jumping on. And my affiliate link is in the description of this video. And my discount code for 10% off is Susie, S-U-S-I-E in capital letters. So if you're interested, go on over there and check it out. Oh my goodness, I love this one. It's so pretty. I gotta cut it this way though, because I missed it. I missed some. Okay. 2 down, 2 to go. All right. Yeah, I do like that one. That is so pretty. All right, since I like this so much, I think I'm going to start with this one. I have to pick some paints out here. Before I start the blinging process, I want to show you the painting process that I'm going to do. I've got a little plate here. I'm going to do like a kind of a muddled look. A little bit of raw silk here, because I used this creamy raw silk by Fusion Mineral Paint. I use that so that I can blend the other colors, and it upgrades your colors a little bit. Let's see, what colors do I want? What colors do I need? I need maybe a little bit of this yellow. This is like a really, I don't even know if this is yet called yellow. It's called ivory, but it looks yellow to me. So I have it in with my yellows. But I'm put it right next to the Fusion Mineral Paint. All right, just a little bit is all I need. I need like a mossy green. This is a medium Hauser green. I like the lighter one as well, but I can lighten it up with a little bit of creamy white. It's a very, very close. What I'm doing is I'm trying to color match what I see here in the picture. So you see a little bit of yellow up in here. You see the cream on there. You see the greens, you see golds, and you see rust colors and all of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a blend, a mix, and so that the sides look like it's seamless, okay? Okay, I'm going to add a little bit of brown. Just a dab. I might need a darker yellow, pod yellow. I like pod yellow because I can mix it and make it whatever I like it to be with the Fusion Mineral Paint. So, all right. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with this beat up, slap it on brush that I keep just for this, because when you're doing, I'm going to wet it. I like to start with a wet brush. Okay, and then I'm gonna start with this creamy white and come right up to the edge here and see what that looks like. I'm gonna actually touch it. Yep, just like that. And you can see already how it's blended. Do you see that color? How similar it is to the edge there? That's all I'm doing, is I'm trying to color match. But I want to bring in some of these other colors as well. Do the same thing down here. It's going down here at the base, and I'm just going to shear it off with my finger there so that it looks like it's just been blended. I'm going to take just a little bit of that, they call it ivory, and I'm going to add that in and blend that. Maybe a dot of brown, just a dot, and blend. See, you get a little bit too much on there, but what you do is you go in and you blend it so you don't see it, and you shear it with your finger. You can always go back in and grab up some creamy white. There we go. Like that. Gonna grab up just a little bit of yellow, and it's gonna appear very bright at first. Don't get scared, because you can grab up some green. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna keep making these dabs on here until I get it the color I want. But I want it to be a mix of colors, just like this is. Tone it down. See how bright that yellow was and how quickly I toned it down? And now what you're seeing here is kind of a blended look of all the colors that are in the crown along the side there. Let me grab just one little wet wipe here. Whoops. Now I could have gone around this with maybe Formflex. I couldn't think of the name. Formflex molds. I could have done that. Okay, I'm going to go around the edge here with this green, this medium Hauser green. Because right now, I'm going to wait till this dries a little bit. Go back to the top here. I've got a fan on in here because, believe it or not, it's warm in this room today. So I'm not complaining either. You're not going to hear me complain. It's beautiful today. It's a pretty day. It was a little windy yesterday, but it's really pretty today. Okay, and I'm going to go on the sides here and grab up a little bit of the ivory, a little bit of the... And there's really no right or wrong to this. You just pick up the colors that are the closest to the edge and try to achieve them by making blending all the colors that you put in your palette, because these are the colors you saw in the piece. You pick out those pieces as close, or those colors as close as you can. Then you just go in and start dabbing it on. And I like all the different shades. I like to pick up a little bit of brown, a little bit of green as I go along the way. Because down here I'm seeing some leaves, so I'm going to pick up some green and make those greens, bring them out toward the edge so that it looks like that's what it was meant to be. Does that make sense to anybody besides me? Okay. I mean, it's a real simple process, but I'm going to show you this one here in a second. Let me fix this. I'm going to take a little bit of the brown and yellow and blend it here. Kind of almost looks storybook-esque, if you will. Very vintage looking on the side. See how I did that? I just got as close as I could to the edge of the piece, and I mixed all the colors that I saw in the piece here along the side. There's really no right or wrong to it. You know, whoever designed this and painted the original of this print, laid down the colors, the muddled colors first, and then painted over it. But this is it's supposed to look kind of a vintage. It's a vintage crown, right? So you want it to look vintagey. And I don't clean my brush, as you notice. I just keep it going. Got a little bit of green in here, a little bit of yellow, a little bit of brown, a little bit of ivory. I like that ivory. But the Fusion Mineral Paint lightens that up even more, even a little bit more. And I like that. And just a little bit of that brown in the corner there to make the corners look a little more vintage. And the key is to blend. Just keep blending your colors. It's really fun. It's a fun process. See how in that corner I just blended that, made it look kind of old world and vintage. That's what you do. And it's just paint. Don't get excited. You can fix it. You can change it. I actually touch the rice paper with the paint. I don't go right up to it and then steer away from it. I go right up to it and touch it all the way around. These colors are so pretty in these pieces. They are beautiful. Okay, here's a little bit of green I'm adding in here because I see a little bit of green in the picture, so I'm just kind of carrying it through and blending it, of course. This corner, I want, like the other corner, kind of vintaged up and smoky, like that. So anyway, there we go. There it is, guys, all the way around. It looks, you've got all the colors. It looks like it was, it's one painting. See what I'm saying? Isn't that cool? All right, so I'm going to set this one aside. They all have pretty much the same colors in them. I love how that worked out right there. See how that green on the front just blended right around the edge? took the colors that are in that rose, and oh, if you can see it or not, I think you can. This lighting. There we go. Can you see that little bit of rose in there? That just picked up that rose and brought it all out. Perfect. And that's all you need. Love that. Okay, I will do the other two on my time. But I want to show y'all. I'm going to let this one dry because this one's been drying. I'm going to take this one and put it over here. And let's bling it up a little bit. Bling it up a notch. And I love these frames. These, I mean, you can set, these can be shelf setters, you know, these canvases. You can just set them like that. You know, they're perfect for like a little vignette, a little tabletop, something like that. But I want you to see the difference. Look at the difference in the undone one. I mean, you can leave it undone if you want, but look at the difference. Look at the difference, right? See what a difference that makes when you give it a little bit of color? What a difference, right? Anyway, to me, it looks like a little storybook. So, all right. We are going to put, I have these Totally Dazzled, they're silver crosses. The inspiration for this is actually a scripture, and I want to read it to you. Is a scripture from 2 Timothy, if I can get it down here, I have it written. 2 Timothy 4:7-8. It says, I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. Now there is in store for me the crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, will award me on that day. And not only to me, but also to all who have longed for his appearing. And that was a scripture that was used in the message on Sunday, the Sunday that I thought about. I was actually thinking about painting a crown and doing that with that scripture. But that's the scripture that inspired this whole thing for me to do these. And I thought, how cool to put a little cross on here for our faith. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this. I like these jewel tones. I don't know if I'm going to use this. I do have brown. I can grab some brown over there. That would be pretty too. Let me just grab my brown satin. Hold on. Yeah, I like the brown. I think the brown would look, yeah. So let's do that. Let's try playing with this. I don't need much. I'm going to just put it like at the corner here. Okay. So what you do, there's like a little loop back here with these Totally Dazzled crosses. But little brown satin ribbon here, about a 3/4 inch. And I'm just going to put this on the corner. Stretch it taut. Around the edge. Adhere it to the back. On me. There we go. All right. And I'm going to keep that cross in the corner like that. And we're going to pull this over. I want it to be at the back though. Like that. I'm going to hold it tightly. Those little strings drive me crazy. And pull it nice and tight. There we go. Off. Back there. So all you see is just a little bit of that on the corner of the ribbon. And what I might do just up underneath that cross is just give it a little tiny bit of glue to hold it in place. Just like that. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to decorate it with some beautiful rhinestones that I picked out. We have some coffee. These are number 10. It's a coffee color. It's called coffee. And I think this is really, really a pretty stone. I don't know if you can see them or not, but they're like kind of between a orange and a brown, but they're called coffee. And gonna add them to the crown across the base here. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna add a little bead right here. And I might as well go all the way across, but there is a fan on in here, and I might end up having to add a little bit more because it's on low. Can you hear it? Can you hear the hum? The hum of the fan. So what you do is you pick it up right out of this tray. For those of you who are wondering how it works, right out of the tray. And what you do is you try to keep your little nib out of the glue, because that wears the little piece down quickly if you're constantly getting it in glue. You got this side too. You can kind of maneuver your rhinestones right where you want them. If you don't get them where you want them at first, don't dismay. But before you know it, you'll be a professional bling slinger. Take your time. It's quite cathartic, very relaxing. These rhinestone applicator kits are in stock right now at Totally Dazzled, so you can check them out while they last. I don't know how many are in stock, but make sure you get on over there and check it out. Check out what's there. Right now, there's some new bling coming. We've been promised by Agnieszka, and I believe her. We got some new bling coming, and we're excited. We're excited to get it and show it to you. Okay. See, when I first put that glue out, it was a little bit on the thicker side, that bead. And so, these being a smaller stone, they sometimes they get lost in the glue. You gotta be careful. You want to put too much glue out. That's the thinner the bead, the better. It doesn't take much to hold it. This B7000, once it takes hold, it's on there for life. Kind of a rusty brown. I want to make sure that these are straight. You can see already what a difference that little bit of sparkle, I hope you can see it. There we go. That little bit of sparkle makes in the crown. And I got some pearls too. I've got some pearls I might utilize. These are not from Totally Dazzled. These are just little flat back pearls I have. Sorry, my voice. I like that. I might use just a few on here of these little pearls. I'm going to do those two, and then I'm going to get some smaller ones and put them on the other spots. I like that. Beautiful. Okay. And let me get some smaller ones here. Let me take one of my little trays. I'm using a totally dazzled empty that I have here. Tiny one there. And like a little they're like a little flourish. Come on, turn over. And then there's a tiny little flourish right here. And one here. I might put one right here in the middle, because that'll make it an odd number right there. I like working in odd numbers. Yeah, it's pretty. And just, if you have a little excess glue, you can just take your little applicator on this end. It's got a little pointy end, and you just wipe it off. Zip zap, just like that, right? How pretty. And I love the color all the way around. I think that really, really makes the piece. All right, then I'm going to take a little bit of gold wax, or do I want to use, I can use the antique paste around the edges. Yep. See what that did? It gave it a little more of a vintage flair, but it gave it some gilding. Don't need much. A little extra on the edges, on the corners rather. This is Pent Art, by the way. Wax paste, antique gold. Put a little over here on this corner. And I know that there's a lot of gold in this piece. I didn't have many gold, antique bronze crosses, but as I laid them next to the colors on this, I realized that the antique gold would have gotten it would have gotten lost in the colors. This little bit of silver pops against all of this, and I just think it really makes that cross stand out even more so. So that's why I thought, all right, you know what, I'm going to go with the silver, because it looks pretty on there. So also, I'm going to take a little stencil brush, and I think I'm going to go just, do it that other, just threw it away. Get this stencil brush in here, and I'm just going to, here and there inside the piece, give it a little bit of gold, just some streaking here and there. No rhyme or reason. When I paint my roses, sometimes I do this as well. It just gives the piece interest. Especially like in the areas like under the rose. You can really see that gold coming through. The key is less is more, so you don't want to overdo it. You can overdo it with this, but here needs a little something something around that crown. Just like that. So that when you walk by the piece or it's, you know, it's moved, you can see that little bit of gold shimmer in there. I love that. I love that look. It gives it more of a vintage look. But that gold, it just really brings it out. Next thing I'm going to do with this, I'm going to do something similar with all 4 of them. But I wanted to show you the different crowns that are available in this sheet. There's 4, they come 4 to a sheet. So you get this one, you get this one. You're just hopping on and you didn't see the beginning. You get this one and this one that I'm working on here, which I love. I think this one is one of my favorite, one of the 2 favorites of mine. I mean, if I have a favorite, I mean, they're really all beautiful, all of them. So what I want to do here with my painted fingers is I want to take, what color do I want to use on this? I took some of this ribbon from Hobby Lobby, and all I did was wet it in my hand because it's got a lot of acetate in it. I just wet it and I scrunched it real tight. And while it was wet, I took a paper towel and an iron and went over it, kind of like heated it a little bit. You can do it with your heat gun too. You can take, even after it's dry, you can take it and kind of leave it on there. If it has acetate in it or what do you call rayon or whatever, you can make it crinkle with your heat tool, but it's easier with an iron because you're not going to burn your fingers off, right? But what I'm going to do is a little finger bow. I have, okay. So what I do with my finger bow is use your index finger and you wrap it around your finger once and twice, right? And then I think I might go around one more time because I want these tails to be longer. And you stretch out your thumb like this, and you're going to go around your thumb and your forefinger once, twice, and I think I'm going to go around 3 times with this bow. 3 times, and then on that 4th time, you don't go all the way around, but you take that tail. Wait a minute. Sorry. You take that tail and you just put it down inside the hole here, and there's a little loop that it leaves here, okay? So you take that and you take your tail and you put it through the loop, that little loop right there, and you give it a yank right in the middle. Like it, you just start yanking it and making sure that it's in the middle and tighten it up like that. Then you're gonna unfurl your 3 times around your finger, your little tail. Words are hard right now for me. I don't know what's wrong. But do you see how the character that crinkling gave that ribbon? How pretty that is. It gave it body, it gave it fullness. That crinkling, that little wrinkle technique really does the trick. And I think it will be just really, really pretty. Right up top here, look at this. The color is perfect for this with the little bit of rust colors going through here. I think it'll be really pretty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach it with a little dot of glue in the middle. Like that. And then you're going to take the tails kind of off to the side a little bit. Make sure it's in the middle. Fluff out your little loops. But I'm going to take these tails and make sure that they are staying underneath. I don't want them to cover up the picture in any way. So just a little dab of glue will hold it in place. It's going to stay right where you want it. that didn't give me any glue. I'll do this side. Make sure that I get it right where I want it. There we go. There's that glue. It wasn't flowing. Gotta even these out here on both sides. How cute. There's crown number 1. Isn't that pretty? I don't think it's showing it, it's doing it justice in the monitor, but it's really, really, the colors are really, really pretty. I guess you can see. I'm trying to see on my, I have a lag on mine, so it's not really showing as much as I would like it to. But anyway, there's crown number 1, and I'm going to leave it at that, and I'm gonna complete the other 3 off camera, but I wanted you to see at least my favorite one. My favorite one. I don't know. I think this one might be my favorite too. So that's awfully pretty too. But anyway, I wanted you to see what can be done with these crowns. Don't be afraid of taking your colors and mixing them and playing with them and making that pretty little muddled ethereal look off the side of your canvases. I mean, even if your canvases aren't as thick as these, you can still do that and make it, you know, wrap it around and make it look uniform. So there you go, guys. There it is, these beautiful crowns. I love these. I loved them the minute I laid eyes on them. I knew I was going to do something special with them. And then I heard that scripture this weekend. And when I came up here, I was going to paint today. I was going to paint a crown and do kind of an ethereal background like this. And then it dawned on me, I went, I have crowns, hello. They're already here, all 4 of them, right? So so this is what I ended up with. But hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope that you'll give it a try. The decoupage, camouflage, blending technique that I do is really, really simple. Play with it. Get yourself a Dollar Tree canvas and play with it. It's so easy, so easy. Do it with a napkin. That's how I started. I started with a cheap little napkin and ended up making it look like it was a painted piece with just mixing my colors and playing with it. So have fun. All right, guys, have a great, blessed rest of your evening, and I will see you again on Thursday. Love you all so much.